How you gonna win if you ain't right within? Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoyway. Don't ask why, just check out the channel on this bright and early Tuesday morning. Oh my gosh, she thicker than a Snicker. My God, man, boy, I can't show y'all, but man, oh man. Man, oh man. Thicker than a Snicker. Hey, what's going on with y'all guys and ladies on this bright and early Tuesday morning? We are off to the races, off to work. And, you know, I was watching a couple videos. You know, I watch a lot of YouTube again. And I was watching a couple videos about people moving. And I was watching a couple videos that brought this thought to my mind that a lot of people are looking for peace. And we're gonna just jump straight into it. And if you didn't catch it, we'll say this message later. If you didn't catch it, you can just watch it live later. Watch it now. But a lot of people are looking for peace. And one thing I'm happy that I guess I learned, or I was made aware of at an early age, is that to have a peace of mind, the peace starts from within. Yes, you can buy stuff that give you attributes of what you believe peace may be, or happiness may be, or satisfaction may be. But true peace that can't be changed starts from within. And a lot of the times, well, most of the times, you'll never be able to tell what is causing someone an issue. But and salute to Rocket Block Travel. What's up, man? But a lot of people aren't at peace with themselves, and sometimes you can actually see it extrudes. It comes off flamboyantly. How much not at peace with themselves they are, whether through their content, whether through their actions, whether through their character, whether through their life experiences when they go places, how it acts. And unfortunately, a lot of people believe that the passport is what can take you from a matter of stress out to no peace completely. And I'm a believer in the fact that, yes, it can give you some sense of pause as you move from one place which is toxic to you to another place. But if you don't get that peace from within, well, then that toxicity, that toxicity will travel with you to wherever your passport takes you. Now, a lot of people, I will say that it can help. Having a passport can help you get the peace that you need temporarily to find the peace that you need inside of you within long term. However, without having that peace within, your paradise will turn to the same toxic place that you left. Or the same toxic, let's not even just talk about passport, the same toxic woman that you left. You ever see the type of guy who picks a woman and he has a bad, he's so in love with her, he picks her, and then he makes her his baby mother, and then she ends up being crazy, and then he does it again, and he does it again, and then he blames women and say, oh, women are toxic, women are bad, but never admits, never looks to say, oh shoot, maybe it's something within me that is, one, attracting the toxic women, or two, not being able to see the toxicity in some of the women I date. So as they go other countries, as a person goes to another, uses their passport to go to another country, At first, it may work because there is a change in environment, there's a change in atmosphere, and that can temporarily give you peace. But in the long run, meaning 1 year, 3 years, 4 years, that toxicity that you carry with you exudes, it comes out, and you run into the same toxic type women in the countries you go with your passport. And then you change your mind about that country. I've seen it so many times, and again, if you're just tuning in, this is Jeep Talk, episode 48. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? I've seen it so many times where a YouTube content creator or a YouTuber goes to one country from the United States. They say, hey, my experience in the United States was bad because of this and this and this. Then they go to another country and say, this is the best country to be in. This is the country where you can find your paradise. 3 months later, oh, this country's okay, but it has some issues. 4 months later, this country's okay, it's all right, it's better than the United States. 5 months later, this country is just as toxic as the United States. Feminism is coming over here to this country because of the internet and because of the passport pookies. Oh, wait a minute, what? How you gonna win if you ain't right within? These people, I've seen it so many times where all they do is they stay in one country until the toxicity from within them exudes in that country, and that country isn't their paradise anymore. And hey, I'm not one to tell anybody, hey, you should probably change who you are. You should probably look into who you are. That's not my thing. But if you see yourself changing countries and having problems with countries every 6 months that you're in that country, or every 5 months, or every 3 months that you're in that country, then perhaps you should stop looking out to find that peace and look within to find that peace. All right, I'm gonna shout some people out because we got some time. Let me see. NISS, what's up? Mooka says soft. Lax, what's going on? Red Cherry, what it do? And then again, I'm never gonna tell somebody who you should follow, who you should listen to, who you should watch, because everyone is at a different point in their life when they need something different. And if I suggest to a person that you should do, they might not be ready for what I'm saying right now. They might not be ready to search within. They'll say, oh, I'm searching for peace or keep your peace. But a lot of the times they're not ready to search within and find their true peace. They're out looking for a place where the place can give them the chance to give peace. And again, I'm not one of the people who subscribe to, oh, you can't just leave the country and find peace. You have to fix yourself here. No, I'm not one of the people who subscribe to that, because I do understand that as you leave certain places that are more toxic to you because of how you built up, you're not able to think when you're there, and when you go somewhere else like a China, or you go somewhere else like a Colombia, Brazil, you're able to open your mind and see the real issue is within. The real long-term issue is within. And sometimes you can't see that if you're living in the United States. So I'm not against that aspect of it. But the ones that think that all of their problems can be solved by a passport, or all of their problems can be solved by getting money, without looking at the root cause within. Example, y'all. If I'm coughing, right? If I'm coughing and I'm spitting up phlegm, and I take medicine, right? And the medicine cures the symptoms, but after the symptoms go away, the cough comes back again. And then the symptoms go away for a while, and the cough comes back again. There could be something deeper inside me, pause, that is causing this issue. The root cause, the within. But if I keep treating the symptoms, I'll never get to solving what's wrong with me. And and that's what a lot of people who are trying to find peace by using a passport, or trying to find peace by working and making a lot of money, or trying to find peace everywhere else but looking from within. That's what a lot of them are missing. And it comes out as character flaws. It comes out as illogical. It comes out in illogical actions, like illogical actions. It comes out in distancing yourself from the people you grew up with. Shoot, I'm still cool with 90% of the people I've ever met. 95% of the people I've ever met, I'm still cool with. The friends I grew up with in middle school, shout out to Kings and Dreams. The kids, the high school, the Kings I grew up, my brother, like, dog, we've been cool for a long time because I understood that in order to have peace, you have to have peace within. And when you have peace within, it exudes to the people around you who want to continue to stay around you. But a lot of people don't understand how you gonna win if you ain't right within. I know it's a song, shout out to Lauryn Hill, Jersey. But it's so much truth behind that. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? I mean, let me get you some of your comments. It's gonna get a little bit choppy right here because we're going through the wooded area that always gets choppy though. But again, Red Cherry, what up? C, give me an example of one of those videos of anecdotal write-offs. Help me understand a little bit better, man. Where is mom? My mother's at the gym. She goes to the gym. Give me an example of one of those. I'm back, y'all. I'm not. Again, y'all. My apologies. Again, y'all. My apologies, because it's just the time when I go through things. I won't give you an example of a video that does or a person who goes from country to country looking for peace, and then after 5 or 6 months, I won't give you that example because it takes away from the power behind the message. Because this guy is a representation of a person who not be within peace. And a lot of people are attracted, and a lot of people watch, and they're interested in watching people who show emotion. Because when you show emotion, or you show hey, oh man, all right, y'all. Hey, Clayway, what's going on? What's going on, Clayway TV? Swift Tech Meg, what's up? What up? What up? All right, y'all. This live has been probably one of the worst because it's going through just Jeep talk as far as connection wise stuff. But we're back again. People want to rewatch will just see the clips, and I'll try to get them to understand what happened. So again, welcome to Jeep Talk episode 48. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? Now, let me get to some of your comments. Let's see. Again, the reason why I won't give an example of a YouTube content creator or YouTuber that may or may not have a problem with it is because it then takes away from the power of the topic being discussed. Instead of giving you examples, most can just look on YouTube and find an example of what I mean by a lot of people are trying to use their passports, money, to search for peace that they can't find within. Because either they don't know that peace comes from within, or they don't understand that the issue that you are having isn't because of the location solely. It may be a symptom of the location you're in. You may be in the United States having issues, and it's a symptom of the place that you're in, but the deeper root of the cause comes from within. There's something not wrong, but there's something not balanced inside of you that is making you react to people or predicaments the way that you do. So again, that's the reason why I personally won't shout out a name, but you guys can see it all over. If I'm in one country, I'm in the United States, I'm growing up, everything is great. And then I start seeing things that's not good, and I go to another country, and now I see the difference, and I'm like, hey, it was the United States' fault why I couldn't find peace, why I wasn't at peace. Instead of trying to find peace wherever I'm at, and then the place that I'm now located, I'm in Thailand right now. And now I'm in Thailand for 6 years. I mean, for 6 months. And then 6 months later, oh, I'm like the United States. And then a year later, oh man, coming over here. The internet is changing the reality that's here in Thailand. And then a year later, Thailand is done. It's been too westernized. And then I go to Colombia. And the same cycle repeats. Oh my God, Colombia is amazing. But again, you'll never be able to tell somebody that the true peace comes from within, when it's so easy to just change your location and never change the core problem that causes every single one of your locations to go from paradise to hell. I found paradise here in North New Jersey. Shit, I grew up during the crack epidemic, where I would go outside, you'll see crack vials on the thing. Mother was in a mental institution, loved my mother to death. She was in a mental institution. Me and my grandparents, me and my grandfather didn't always agree, because he was more church orientated and I was more quote unquote street logic orientated. And I found peace where I was at. So wherever I go, I take peace with me. And when you see my videos, when you see my channel, that's what you see. You see a person who's found peace within years ago, going places, and you're seeing people with smiles on their face, energetic, and it's a real experience that if you found peace within, wherever you go, you'll find people will gravitate to you that are also at peace. Once you found peace within, people will gravitate to you that are also at peace. So no matter where you go, you will always run across these people. There are people who say, oh my God, a lot of these YouTubers are lying. Stuff happens to everybody. Not necessarily. Not the stuff that everybody else is saying. Because once you're at peace, and once you understand that it comes from within, when you go to Colombia, you don't scope. Because the way you move is attracting the people who are not trying to scope you. When you go to Brazil, you don't get robbed. You don't get robbed because your energy is not it's attracting the people who are willing to do that. Thailand, Cambodia, no matter where you go. That's how in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, France. You don't necessarily, I feel as though it's best to learn a language, but you don't necessarily, the language ain't necessarily, learning the language or knowing the language ain't necessarily what's going to get you that peace. You gotta have peace in here, and that energy, what people can see, will attract other people and like people when you go wherever you go in the United States. I was in Indiana just recently. Boom. I was in Chicago during the gangs fighting, and my time was one of the best times I had. People from Chicago like, yo, you party more than I did. You had more people interaction than I ever had, and I lived there. Because when you're at peace with yourself, people gravitate to you. And well, the people that you want that keep your peace will gravitate you. Finding peace doesn't start with a passport. Finding peace doesn't start with, or finding love doesn't start with a passport. It starts with going within yourself. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? Yo, man. A lot of people, man, unfortunately, will probably never understand this. And this is a big issue that I see. Like I said, I was just watching some people. A lot of people are moving. They're saying the cost of living in the United States isn't great. a lot of people it isn't acceptable. They're saying a lot of the women aren't fit, friendly, and feminine. They're saying a lot of the women are looking for you just for the money. You attract what you are. You attract who you are. If you want to change the world around you to a place of peace, then you need to change the person inside of you to a person of peace. I'm gonna get you all your questions when we get to the stop so I don't have to drive and look. There's no other way around it. I mean, as much as a passport may help, as much as having a bunch of money may help, there's no other way around it. You have to find peace within. Hold on, I gotta change. I gotta get air in this tire. Change my tire. What's on the boss? Can I get $2 for it? Let me get y'all comments, y'all, because we at the gas station getting some thing. Again, if you're just tuning in, welcome to Jeep Talk, episode 48. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? A passport is not gonna help you find peace. It's not. Let me correct myself. A passport is not gonna find you peace. It can help you get the free time or the free mind that you need to find the peace that can share. But a passport is not gonna grant you peace. All right, let's go get some air in the tire, and we'll look at y'all messages while we getting some air. All right. Let's see. One second. Boop, 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 boop. Man, this is a great conversation to have, and I hope more people have this conversation with themselves about finding peace, man. Because I think then people will be able to find peace a lot better. All right, y'all. So we got to put some air in this tire, y'all. Again, I need to get a new tire, but it's more of the time limit because I've been moving around a lot, getting ready for Cali, Columbia, and getting my son ready for the last day of his school to go to his mother's house for the summertime. I'm gonna get to y'all comments. All right, y'all. All right, let's see. All right, Fred Cherry. Let's see. Give me an example. Shrivo is my mom. Answer that one. You have to be real with yourself before you can be real with others. That's a fact. That is a fact. Unfortunately, a lot of people they've been, and I dislike to say this. A lot of people have been not faking, but pretending to be somebody so long that they no longer really even know who they are. A lot of people have been pretending to be somebody or something that they're not for so long that they have lost track of what they or who they are. And can you get it back? I always believe anything is possible, but getting it back is going to be a difficult time because now you have to go back into remembering when you felt like yourself or when you felt like at your happiest. I don't know. Let me look. Again, I think this weekend I'm gonna go this weekend and get this tire changed because, you know what I mean. What's going on, Clayway TV? Dude, America is not the best place in the world for a black. Again, I think that piece of for you, maybe that's how you feel, and I won't ever doubt that. That's how you feel. But in the economical world, in a capitalistic world, is what we're living in now. As far as even outside of the United States, as a person who's traveled to many places outside of the United States is the best place for a black person. And the reason why I say this is because it is the most capitalistic place in the world, in which you can take that capital and then go find a place wherever you want that works for you. If you live in any other country, you won't be able to build capital, meaning money, get money, at the rate that you can do as a black person in the United States, and therefore you're stuck in that country as far as being able to find your happiness. For example, if I'm in Brazil and I can't find my happiness in Brazil, it's going to be very difficult to get an income where I can then maybe go to see if there's happiness for me in the United States or in Colombia or in Africa. So a lot of people don't understand that. Yes, while the America has a lot of issues, I believe it is the best place. United States has a lot of issues. I believe it's the best place for a black person because you can build your wealth. You can learn about you can build your wealth. People don't understand that. I believe something like 80% in the world, 80% of the people in the world don't travel. 80 or don't have a passport. 80, I believe 80%, I could be wrong, but I believe somebody said this on Google. 80% of people in the world don't have a passport or the availability to leave their country. Where do you think the majority of those people that had the availability to leave their country are from? Europe, United States. I don't know which one is first or second. Europe, United States. Matter of fact, not just Europe, the United Kingdom, quote unquote, or United Kingdom area, and United States. They have the most power to leave their own country. If you're black in Africa, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to leave your country and change your environment just to see if another place could work for you. If you're black in Thailand, if you're black in India, if you're black meaning universal black, not black meaning United States citizen, but if you're black in Jamaica, if you're black in Haiti, if you're black in Iran, if you're black in Israel, it's going to be difficult for you to find the economic gains so that you can possibly learn about travel and go somewhere else. So that's why I say that being black in the United States is the best place to be because of the economic opportunity that you have to then go out and find your peace or help find your peace within. But again, until you find that peace within, you'll never fully be happy. You'll just be switching every 6 months when that peace runs out where you move to. Let me see. Rusty Mac, but you didn't vote for Trump? I don't really disclose my voting. Christina C, pay attention to the road. Of course I am. Swift C. Oh, let me hold on. I forgot to turn all the comments on. My fault, y'all. I probably missed a lot of comments. Yes, I did. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get this red light. Some people, Swift says, some people never found themselves, so they don't know who they are and what they represent. Again, we spoke on that earlier, and it is easy to lose yourself if you just keep moving from temporary place to temporary place that is satisfying you with happiness. I know a lot of people say, some people say, if you can't get girls in the States, you won't be able to get girls abroad. It's not true. It's not true. There is a difference. But the type of women you get won't change until you change who you are within. They won't change. The type of jobs you go get, they won't change until you change the knowledge you have within. The type of lifestyle that you live won't change until you look within to find a lifestyle that's more suitable for you. Again, unfortunately, searching from within is not something that you can just point to somebody and say, yo, I see why he did this crazy thing right here. It's because he's not right within. Or I see why she did this crazy thing right here on YouTube because she's not right within. That's not something somebody else, a third person can point out. That's only something that you know. Only you know what's really deep down inside hurting you. But there'll be signs. There'll definitely be signs for other people to question, like, yo, why she do that? Like, that don't even make sense. Why would she risk why would you do that illogical thing? Why would she risk slashing this guy's tires because he said something to her that she didn't like. Why would she risk sleeping with this guy unprotected and letting him come inside her when she knows he got like 4, 5, 6 baby mothers that he don't even go see his kids? But that's not a problem with the person, the other person. That's a problem within. That's not finding peace within. Again, if you've seen my channel, if you're just watching this live for the first time because YouTube pushed it out, people who found peace within, no matter where they go, the interactions will be the same, language barrier or not. The interactions of the people they meet will be the same because within, man, they found peace. They found peace. Fortunately and unfortunately, a lot of people don't know that, so they'll follow the people who seemingly may not have found peace. Terrence said, "What up? What up? What up? What up? Salute, salute, salute." If you guys are just tuning in, we're almost at the job now. I probably have like 5 more minutes to talk, or 7 more minutes to talk. If you guys got any questions, ask them now. Probably got like 7 more minutes to talk once we park in the parking lot, because we got some time before we punch in. Welcome to Jeep Talk episode 48. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? A passport ain't gonna help you find. I'm saying a passport is not gonna give you peace within. It can help you get the free time that you can to clear your mind and find what peace you have within. But a passport won't bring you peace. It won't bring you peace. Money won't bring you peace. A bad woman won't bring you peace. A pro won't bring you peace. Peace comes from within. And how you gonna win if you ain't right within? Again, y'all, it's just something that was on my mind. Again, I watch a lot of YouTube, and a lot of times I believe that if you attack or if you mention a person or a person you was watching or a person that may be doing this, it comes off as an attack. So you'll never hear me speak on a person, or the people that are doing this, but just the concept. Because the concept of oh shucks, I should put this back on. Hold on, so keep my phone charged. I'm good. Because the concept of it is much more important. It may be somebody out there right now who might be like, "Oh, Flyboy just talking and stuff," but then it may be somebody who actually says, "You know what? Let me stop utilizing my passport to try to change my location and look inside of myself to see if I can find peace." Because it only takes that one person. It only takes that one person to change their life. If you guys got any questions, let me know. I got like 5 more minutes. Man, it's just crazy, man. And yes, I do believe that America has a lot of issues that makes it harder for a person to find their peace. But well, so I have a few messages. I do believe there's some difficulty in finding peace in yourself in the United States. But once you find the peace within, it's hard for me to give an example or show people or tell people or give people the feeling of how it feels when you're at peace with yourself. How you can move. How I can just sit and talk and post with y'all. Could be one person in the room, we having a conversation. I can have 1 million people in the room, we still having a conversation. It's just the comfortability level. It's just, when you can see it, when you see it, you just know it. When you see it, you just know it. You just know it's like, yo, that guy's at peace. That woman's at peace. Let me see. Symptoms are a byproduct of a disease. Exactly. See, I mean, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are fighting the symptoms of not being at peace without looking for a solution or the root cause, the disease of why aren't you at peace. The symptoms, my God, I can't, rent is too expensive. I can't live the life I want to live. The disease. Why didn't you look inside of yourself to figure out what I need to do to be able to afford this lifestyle? Or how can I change my lifestyle so I can afford it comfortably? Symptoms, disease. They keep looking at the symptoms. I don't make enough money. I don't make enough money. It is or the women are so toxic. The women don't want me. It's crazy, man. Again, I can't point out I'm not gonna point out any person, but you can just see it all over. I changed so many channels, and I see people like, and then also a lot of people who are not within peace, who are not at peace with themselves within, they will find peace, which is which is toxic. They'll find peace in reacting to other people's pain or other people's issues. I can't imagine us being human. If you can hear me right now, I gotta wait for 4 minutes. Right? If you can hear me right now, that means you can hear. If you can see me right now, that means you have vision. If you can smell the air around you, that means you have senses that can work. If you can walk, if you can talk, if you can clap your hands. We are at a place where we know as men, we only have 74 years. As humans, they only have 76 years of life. As black men, we have 72 years of life. And you're telling me that in that small window of time that you have, you are willing to focus so much on someone else's life, whether it's watching somebody else on YouTube, than to enjoy your life and reacting to it. And there's nothing wrong with it. It brings money, it brings notoriety, clout, fame. But you're telling me we not everyone was given the same 74 years possible to have, and you want to spend your time watching and worrying about someone else's life. That's another sign of not having peace within. That people will say, they'll come off and say, oh, it's a business, I'm making money off of it, I got people watching me because I'm reacting to someone else's life instead of living my own. God damn. I don't know the proper way to answer, to respond, I don't know the proper way to address that choice, because I think a lot of people don't understand how precious life is. A lot of people don't understand how important it is to experience life to your fullest. I always believe that the meaning of life is to live, to experience, to love, to have a balanced understanding of how the world is before you go. Because once you're going, you're going. There was shout out to the woman from Alyssa that just died. I remember seeing her on MTV. I don't remember her so much on BET, but she was definitely younger than 60, I think, younger than 50, and she passed away. I was like, yo, I would dislike, and maybe it's just me, I would dislike, I would dislike to pass away and not ever had gotten the chance to tell people my story. I couldn't find peace within if I did that. If I ever passed away, I have so much content on YouTube. If they got rid of YouTube, Instagram. If they got rid of Instagram, I still have the hard drives of all of the places, 98% of the places I've been. I have all of the hard drives, the flash, the SD cards of all of the places I've been. And so many people has already seen it on YouTube, on Instagram. I'm not as much on TikTok. I'm not as much. I can't imagine living a life where you only know me for the job I did. You only know me from MTV. You don't know anything about my life. You don't know anything about my children. You don't know anything about my family. You don't know But but you've seen me react to a bunch of people, other people's life who's just living their life. Again, I don't know I don't know how anyone else can. But I can't imagine finding peace and focusing on somebody else's life. But I appreciate you guys for joining me on the Jeep Talk, episode 48. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? A passport ain't gonna help you find peace. I mean, a passport ain't gonna bring you peace. It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.